What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Snobs podcast. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, the Snob, back again, and it's a very special episode. I have with me as special guest, Mr. Matt Burns. How you doing, Matt?
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Pretty good. I hope everybody's staying safe out there, and everybody's still having a good time, all things considered.
Yeah, well, Matt, just to let everybody know, kind of give you your accolades. Matt Burns is an actor and producer right here locally. You're in West Virginia, correct?
Yeah, right around the Martinsburg area. Yeah, but very close by. I mean, I can be in the Alamo in like 25 minutes. So yeah, it's very close by.
Absolutely, you're a fellow Psycho Cinema member, and that's always a fun one for a lot of the listeners.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to get started again. It was always a lot of fun hitting that up on Tuesdays.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I was very fortunate going through. I interviewed the Key 13 guys maybe a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm just kidding.
They speak very highly of you.
No. They're some of my best friends, actually. I love those guys. I got to pick on them though a little bit.
Oh, absolutely, of course. No, they absolutely. They talked to me, and we talked about you a little bit, and I'm very anxious. Like we were talking about your movies and such, and I guess they worked on Bottom Creek.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I mean, it's still not out. It's still, I mean, it's just had a very, very troubled run. Let me tell you, to say the least. I mean, I'm not here to badmouth anybody. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I hope it comes out one day, but it's just like I said again, just that was a rocky road with that.
All right.
Some movies are like that. The movies are just cursed. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, some movies, they sit around for years and years. Look at, mainstream wise, look at New Mutants. How long have they been trying to release that movie? And it's still not out yet.
Yeah, I think that was last August. It was originally supposed to come out or something like that. And
No, it was supposed to come out in like 2017 originally, I think, or something like that. It was like it's been around for like 3 years and they've never released it. I mean, it's crazy how long that's been around. But yeah, so I mean, some movies are just jinxed. It's sad, but some movies are just jinxed.
Well, you have your new movie. You're primarily an actor, correct?
Well, yeah, I'm an actor-producer. I'm not really a director. People say director. I'm not a director. I want to get that out of the way right now. I'm not a director. I'm a producer, meaning like I get stuff together behind the scenes and whatnot, and I like to act as well. But yeah, I mean, and I also run like conventions and whatnot too, but separately. But yeah, no, I just. But I mean, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a long road these last 5 years, but it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, you've got a pretty good resume on IMDb, I can tell you that. And you have a new movie that's getting ready to come out, Remnants, correct?
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be out this month, but unfortunately that ain't happening. But I mean, July is when hopefully by then things will be a little more back to normal in a few months. And that's 3 months away. So hopefully July 25th is the premiere date for up at the Waynesboro, PA Theater. Nice little Main Street theater, old school, one screen. It's pretty neat, and they can show first run movies. But it's a movie called Remnants. It was a paranormal horror flick about the kind of the bridge between the dead and the undead, I guess, for giving spoilers. But yeah, that was so much fun. The Key 13 guys worked on that as well. They helped us with a lot of green screen stuff that we needed, which was fantastic. Where they really came through for us in the clutch.
Very cool. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see it. I was reading up about it a little bit, and
Yeah, we submitted to the Skyline Film Festival. We'll see how that goes as well. Hopefully it'll have a Winchester screening. So I mean, we did submit it to Skyline. Hopefully those guys enjoy it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. So my partner Brian on Pulling Focus runs that. Fortunately, he won't let me get on the ins and outs of the film festival.
Oh no, understandable. Yeah, you can't. Too many people. Right? I mean, you tell too many people, and eventually everybody knows the lineup before it even comes out. So yeah, I totally understand.
Oh no, I try to push my way in. He just won't let me in.
Secretive man.
I have to buy a ticket like everybody else.
Yeah, no, and so let me. Hey, you never mind buying a ticket for a local event.
Absolutely, 100% agree. But I want to kind of get into your the history, how you got started in acting and producing. Where did you start out, and how did you get into it?
By complete accident. I'm not even going to lie. By complete accident. Get ready, because I'm going to tell a story. I told the story the other night on a different podcast. So I guess I'll give you a version of it as well.
Nice.
About 2006. I'm at the grocery store. I'm at the Food Lion in Inwood, West Virginia. I don't know if you know where that is. It's kind of between Martinsburg and Winchester. Anyway, so I worked for R.C. Cola at the time. I worked at the bottling plant for Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, and I was at I was at the store finishing up, actually. That was the last stop on my day or whatever, because I stocked the stores and displays and things like that. So I took my shirt, I had one of the button-up work shirts or whatever for Dr. Pepper, and I took it off, and I had a Plan 9 shirt on under it.
Nice.
Plan 9 from Outer Space. Of course, one of the great B movies of all time. And of course, this old man comes up to me at the grocery store. Little old dude, probably about 70s or 80s, and he's like, hey kid, you like Plan 9? You like Ed Wood? And I'm like, yeah, sure, sir. You know, I mean, we got talking. Old guy doing stuff about B movies. I'm like, the fuck, does this guy need money for the bus or some shit like that? What's going on here? Why is this guy talking to me? And you know, eventually I'm like, okay, sir, well, you know, it's a pleasure meeting you, but I got to get going here. And he's like, well, nice to meet you, champ. He sticks out his hand. He says, my name's Conrad Brooks. And for those of you who don't, I mean, he's, you know, Conrad Brooks was a player in the Ed Wood movies. He gave me the cop in Plan 9 and played a couple different little roles in Glen or Glendon and whatnot. I looked at him and I said, no, you're not. I kept walking. I was like, no way. I was like, what are you delusional? So he goes, no, champ, come here. I'm like, oh God, what have I gotten myself into? So I go with him, and he goes up to his car. He drives this old Jaguar, right? It's a Jaguar. It's really a beautiful, like an old car. He pops the trunk, and there's all his stuff sitting in there, and DVDs and pictures, all kinds of stuff he brings to conventions. Like he brought to conventions at the comics or whatever. And I'm like, oh, be damn, this is Conrad. Oh my God, I had no idea that he was in the area. And I was like, well, sir, it's a pleasure meeting you. I was like, as you can see, I'm a huge Ed Wood fan. He's like, hey, you hungry? I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, I was getting ready to go get some lunch anyway. So we walked over to Waffle House, you know, which was, of course, in that same block where the Waffle House. And that's how I got started, pretty much. He put me in his next movie. I wound up becoming a talking zombie named Max.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, and I was out of the game for a little while. I did the movie, and you know, there were some things. Some things went down. I was just like, you know what, maybe this just isn't for me. And it wasn't until a few years later, when I was talking about doing a horror con / rock festival, I met a guy by the name of Dusty Fleischman, who was also doing movies around here, and I was in a few of his movies as well. And you know, just met people off and on through the conventions and whatnot, and you know, it's been really fun. So that's pretty much how I got here today.
Well, so you were you said you got into the indie music festival, so you're a musician as well.
I was. When I first started, I was. I mostly got into booking shows. I wasn't really a good musician, you know. I mean, I was kind of like, you know, I'm going to play in shitty band after shitty band. I may as well, you know. But then there was a lot of talented bands there. I was like, well, maybe I can help these guys get somewhere, you know what I mean, by helping them out or whatever. So then that's kind of how that came to be.
Oh, that's awesome. So you take, I guess you took your talent for booking, and I know that you're very heavy in the convention circuits, especially horror conventions, correct?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I did 2 horror conventions the first time, and they both failed. I don't know if you remember the 4-state slasher con that came to Winchester. It was actually at the Bright Box Theater about 5 years ago. I don't know if you were around for that. But
I actually moved here about 6 years ago to Virginia from Jersey.
I was going to say, yeah, so I was going to say, you may or may not have remembered that, but I was going to say, I know your partner Brian, the guy from Skyline, was there, nice. And, you know, some of the folks were there as well, Chris Feltner, and like I was going to say, but we kind of bit off more than we could chew. It was just a lot going on, and it didn't do well, so, but then I started thinking, you know, I started hanging out at my friend's shop, you know, he had a comic book store, and I was like, well, hell, why don't I try to put on a comic book convention, you know, it seems like, you know, that would be more, and it turned out he had a skating rink right next door that let us do it there. So, you know, we're like, well, okay, you know, we have a bigger space now. We got more vendors. We got more space for stuff. I was like, I think this will be a lot better. And it turned out to be a lot. And I got back, I did that for a couple of years, and then kind of got back into horror when, you know, we got a few horror cons in the area. So.
Oh, that's awesome. And you work close with Carolina Fear Fest, right?
Yes, I do. I promote them, and I usually do a lot of the guest booking for them, too, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's a great con indeed. Yeah, Raleigh. I have a lot of family in Raleigh, so it's a lot of fun. I usually get to see them while I'm down there as well.
Beautiful area too. So.
Oh yeah, love that area. I mean, there's an outside chance that I might be moving there in a few years because I really enjoy it down there. I mean, the taxes are cheap. I mean, the jobs are good. I mean, it seems like it's just a lot better area. I mean, it seems like things haven't really gone haywire there yet. So we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. Like I loved it. I've worked there a few times, and it was always a lot of fun to go to Raleigh, and the people there are always awesome too.
Yeah, everybody's really nice. I was going to say, I've always enjoyed that. The humidity, I'm not a fan of because it gets hot as hell down there. But everything else, I really like about that area. So
it's funny you mention that because Carolina Fear Fest, it kind of came onto my radar last year, And I found it on Facebook, and I'm very, because it's in Raleigh, I was like, oh, that gives me an excuse to get back to Raleigh too, and be there.
Right,
for
yeah, I was gonna say, and I mean, we are still having it. It's gonna be 4th of July weekend. Let's hope it happens.
Yeah.
We've already moved the date once, because usually we're Memorial Day weekend, but unfortunately, we were just like, it was just too close to the COVID thing. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was just as soon as they kind of announced it, it's like, you know what, they're not bringing school back until like the week before. We're like, there's no way we can do that. It just didn't seem logical or whatever. So we had moved it to July. So hopefully by July things will be semi back to normal again.
Well, how do you feel? How are you liking the film festival circuit, film festival and convention circuit? Working.
Oh, it's always tons of fun. Meet a lot of great people. It seems like people don't quite take themselves as seriously sometimes as they do in the music scene. Some do. You got to take yourself seriously a little bit, I guess, if you want to get noticed, I guess, or whatever. But it's always a more lax group of people than
nice.
The other scenes I've been in.
That's awesome. You have very impressive guest lists this year for Carolina Fair Fest. John Kasser.
We got some cool people coming. I was gonna say, we definitely we had some cool people last year for a first year show. We did pretty well last year. We had Bill Berryman last year, which was crazy. Usually,
nice.
He was a lot of fun. Really nice guy. And this year we got like Naomi Grossman from American Horror Story. We got a lot of cool people coming. So.
Yeah, definitely. Looking it up, it's even more reason I want to go. And anybody who's listening, you should definitely think about backing up. Raleigh's a great city, and this looks like a great convention to go check it out in.
Lots of space too. So if the COVID thing, there'll be plenty of social distancing. That building is humongous,
nice.
and we're not quite fulfilling it. We're not quite fulfilling it quite yet. So lots of social distancing there too. If you're worried about being on top of people.
Well, I want to. So with the producing, I know for me, I started out. Of course, got into acting, and then I went to film school because I realized I don't want to act. I don't want this face in front of a camera. Ironically, as we're talking.
Fair enough. It's not for everybody. Fair enough.
And I didn't even know what a producer was until I went to film school, and then that's all I wanted to do. That was what I fell in love with doing. So it was funny that you said that directing is something that you're not a director, you're not interested in it. What you do for booking and running conventions is very similar.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah, and I think that's why it's easy. It's kind of I kind of fell into that part of it because it's much easier for me to do.
So that's falling into it. What are some things like this? Is your Remnants is your second produced film?
Well, yeah, that and I helped produce a movie called Bigfoot, which was also the same company, Observe Production Pictures.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, just kind of want to I have a lot of friends and fans that listen that are really into getting into filmmaking, things like that. So, if you could elaborate on the producing, like joys that you find in it, headaches maybe, like where, what are some of the things that are rewarding for you when you come out of it?
It's just seeing the whole thing. Just like when you put on a con or a concert or anything like that, just seeing the whole thing come together and seeing everybody's enjoyment from it. That's always been one of my big things. I love seeing people enjoy what you've done. You ultimately make it for yourself, but let's be real, you can't really have it without having multiple sources and whatnot. So it's like I said again, it's all about just talking to people, being on top of things, researching, a lot of researching, a lot of, trying to find things, trying to find things that work out for, the film and the budget and making sure it makes sense, because a lot of times, people, they make films and they don't make sense. The music they use or the scenes they use or the actors they use even, it's like, they don't really fit the part. And it's just like, you got to take that into consideration when you're making something like this, I think.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and definitely I always found it too, the whole management style of it, just like, because I often explain to my wife, who's never been into the filmmaking scene or anything like that, but, and she's asked me about it, and I'm just like, there's a reason they get the best picture trophies, these producers, is because when they come...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because it's part of for them, it wouldn't happen or whatever, yeah.
So, but yeah, I noticed yesterday you were working with, John Bello, was it?
Oh, Rob Mello.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rob Mello. Yeah, he was from the movie Happy Death Day. Yeah, we did that. We do those periodically for for women in horror. They call it quarantine TV, and they'll like put movies on, for, like watch parties and whatnot. You get on there and chat about them and do whatever. It was fun last time because Rob was on there and he was actually telling us behind the scenes stuff like, yeah, that was sugar glass, or yeah, this was the college we shot that at, and yeah, this. He knew like everything about the movie, which was fantastic for a fan especially, and even for people in the chat room who'd never seen the movie. Gave him a very special look at it.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch. I was hosting something else, but like I'm definitely going to. And now that I know that you guys do this, so you do this every Saturday night on Women in Horror?
I'm not sure if we're doing it every Saturday. We're kind of playing with the format right now. Hell, we had movies every day this week, just about. It seemed like.
That's awesome.
But we definitely don't want to do that again because you don't want to oversaturate things.
Yeah.
You don't want to make it too much because then people stop tuning in. So,
yeah.
Last night we had a pretty decent crowd watching, and like I said, they had a couple nights this week. They said there was only like 2 people watching. So yeah, you definitely want to pick your spots. You can't just like you, I'm sure you can't just keep. If you did a podcast every night, everybody would just get tired of it. You get tired of it. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, I find more and more that I get asked to come on and just do like little live snippets, and I'm just like, I just want to sleep, man. I'm just ready for that.
Yeah, that's and wait till we get all out of like quarantine and whatnot, and everything gets back to normal again. We have even less time.
Yeah,
even less time.
That's for sure. But it is nice to see that during quarantine we're getting a lot of filmmakers and artists in general coming out and helping out. Like I love what you guys did last night to come out and do that. That's very entertaining for people who need it at that time. Even if it's 1, 2, 3 people.
Absolutely, I love it.
It could be 1,000 people. It could be one person. If that one person enjoys it, then it's rewarding, in my opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, yeah, we're still like I said again. They're going to play with the formats more, and hopefully we can do more. Hopefully we can do more. I think that'll be really good.
So I just want to talk to you a little bit about upcoming projects that you have coming on. I saw a few things on IMDb, but I didn't want to put anything out there. I wanted you to kind of elaborate if you can.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, sure. Like I said, we got we got one movie coming out right. When we get finished shooting it, is Bloody Summer Camp. They had a very successful crowdfunding spree. I've already shot part of that, but I got to shoot the rest of my scenes or whatever. They have Bloody Summer Camp is based in Virginia, Charlottesville, Virginia, at a camp there, and it has Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp. I have an '80s camp movie and not have Felissa Rose in it. She is so awesome to work with. Such a cool lady. She's also going to be a Carolina Fear Fest too. But yeah, Bloody Summer Camp is coming out. We actually raised enough money to bring in a second celebrity, Dave Sheridan, who is who's Doofy from Scary Doofy, the cop from Scary Movie, and Corky Romano, and he usually plays he's usually comic relief in a lot of movies, but I'm really honored to be working with him too because my favorite role of his was a movie. You ever seen a movie called Ghost World with Scarlett Johansson and Thorberg?
Yes, absolutely. That was a great movie.
You remember the guy in the mini mart with the mullet?
Was that him?
That's Dave Sheridan. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Like he had such a good. It was a great costume they had on him. Like it was very impressive what he did there out with that. So yeah,
he throws you off. He's one of those actors that just he can throw off his looks.
He's a good actor. Even if he's only playing silly parts, that's a good actor that can transform like that and not even make you believe that it's him hardly. One of the best examples of that was Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder. Who would have freaking believed that was Tom Cruise until you saw the credits? It was like, oh my god, he was fat. He didn't look anything involved. Didn't look anything like that.
Such attention to detail through all that too. I love actors who do that on every scale. It's beautiful acting, in my opinion.
It's very much so. But yeah, let's see what else. Like I said, Bloody Summer Camp is definitely one to check out, especially if you like the '80s genre of horror. It's total throwback to it. It's a lot of fun. I think people will enjoy that. I got a movie that we're probably gonna be finishing the script of this week. I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it, but yeah. But I got a script finishing up this week for another horror flick that we're gonna be shooting in November.
Nice.
More details on that to come or whatever. Like I said, because I don't want to give anything away yet because I don't want my partner to kill me.
That's fair.
Because we haven't announced anything yet. So I was gonna say so.
Well, no, but by that time I gotta get you. Hopefully, we'll be able to get you in studio to come talk about it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. And like I said, yeah, because the Key 13 guys will probably be working on this with us as well. We have talked about it. So
okay, cool.
Like I said, yeah, that's that's November, and another movie, a clown horror flick that we're working on. Actually, another local film company, Fuzzy Monkey Film, is working on an anthology flick called Shriek Show, which is like an anthology of basically clown horror. It's like with a lot of clown horror stuff, and here they're going to be shooting back again when this all subsides. But they have Felissa Rose in their movie as well, nice. Along with Beverly Randolph from Return of the Living Dead, and Tuesday Night from the Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it was like 4 or 5. I can't remember which one exactly.
Yeah.
But so it's that's going to be a lot. That's going to be fun too when it comes out. And documentary movie coming out. Of course, Remnants. That's July 25th. We discussed that one for a little bit, and documentary about the 4-State Comic Con, which I founded. Small Town Heroes, which we're trying to get a Skyline as well, since our premiere got canceled back in March at 4-State, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I look forward to that. That's
Small Town Heroes is going to be a lot of fun. You can look it up on Facebook. Just type in Small Town Heroes, just spelled out, and it's cool. We got they follow me. They follow like a couple cosplayers and vendors, over the course of this thing, and we also have some minor celebrities like Santiago Cervello from The Walking Dead, Gene Snitsky from WWE, and some of the Power Rangers from Dino Thunder, and some other cool people.
Well, it's good to know that you're a wrestling guy too, because I can always have you on my other wrestling show.
Oh yeah. I got me, and I got a bunch of other people too. Actually, the one guy that works for Brad now. Actually, Brad just put out a wrestling movie, actually called Wrestle Massacre.
Yeah.
Is that the name of it? No, WrestleMania. Is it WrestleManiac or Wrestle Massacre is the name of it? Yeah. Had
nice. Tony
Atlas and Nikolai Volkov and some I was going to say, and Richie Acevedo is the Cuban assassin.
Nice.
And some other cool people in that as well. So I was going to say, Wrestle Massacre. Yeah, I think it's coming out in June actually on DVD.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all of this stuff. I got stuff to watch for days.
It should be a lot of fun. So hopefully, hopefully we can get these movies out there and people enjoy them. That's all that matters.
Well, I got to tell you, most of the I usually cover most things in my podcast, different movies and genres and stuff, but horror's always got a special place in my heart. As you can see, Joe Bob right behind me. And I
very cool.
Horror stuff.
We just had Joe Bob at the other convention I do, Creature Feature Weekend last year, and it was
nice.
Gettysburg. Hell of a nice guy, really cool guy.
I was supposed to come to that, and then my kid got sick, fortunately, and I couldn't.
Oh, darn. It's like we would have met sooner. Yeah, probably we might have met sooner. But Joe Bob was great. He was a very cool guy. I helped him get his podcast set up and everything, and he was just such a cool dude.
That's awesome. Great. You being a horror guy, obviously, I'm looking at a Hellraiser poster right behind you, and Creature from Black Lagoon. I love it.
The other poster is a little more of a underrated movie called The Sadist. I don't know if you've ever watched that with Archibald Jr. Very ahead of its time for 1963. It was almost like a slasher movie, only it was with the guy with the gun. It was a psycho killer movie, basically, which was really, really a good flick.
That's awesome. I want to know your background. Like, what's your love for horror? Where does it come from? I love those stories.
Dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, my dad's a huge horror buff. We've been going to cons since I was a kid, and it's obviously that's where all this comes from. Basically, is because of my parents, which is funny because most people get to rebel against their parents.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I've always said that, especially when it comes to the horror genre, everybody always has a story why they got into it, and it's always interesting.
Right.
You really can't say that about very many genres, but you can say that.
No. I mean, everybody else is just, I saw this movie when I was a kid. Yeah, I like that. So that's pretty much the. I was gonna say, not that there's anything wrong with that either. I mean, you like what you like. I mean.
But that's it's been a lot of fun talking to you, Matt. And is there anything that you want to promote right now that you have going on? I know you.
Well, I pretty much have gotten everything out, I think. But let me just drop some links here real quick if I can.
Absolutely.
Check out. If these links are on Facebook, all you got to do is type in this thing in the search, the words in the search engine. Look up, Absurd Productions Pictures. That's the film company I mostly work with. We do Bigfoot and now have Remnants coming out soon. Carolina Fear Fest, of course, 4th of July weekend in Raleigh at the State Fairgrounds. Also, we got Creature Weekend coming this Labor Day in September. I think it's the 4th through 6th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday show in Gettysburg at the Wyndham.
Very cool.
Anything else? You can look out Bloody Summer Camp. You can look up Shriek Show. All you got to do is type in the words. Like I said, they're all on Facebook. And probably, and gram, and you can get the links probably from Facebook and whatnot. So.
Awesome, man. I'm really excited to see all this stuff, and I do want to have you in studio once this all kind of goes away.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Like, that'd be great. And I can actually talk about that top secret project. You'll probably find out about it hopefully next week. So,
oh, that'd be great. Yeah, and I will have links up for everything we talked about tonight, just so that way on the Scene Snobs page, so that way you guys can go and find it there. But Matt, yeah, I really appreciate you coming on and talking to me.
Thank you for having me. This has been great. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for having me. It was a blast.
I had a great time. I'm going to go out. I'm going to check out your stuff. I can't wait to see Remnants, and I will probably see you at Creature Feature Weekend, and hopefully Carolina Fear Fest.
Please Skyline too. Hopefully Skyline too.
Yes, yeah. I know I'll be working the podcast there, but that's so I'm sure
fantastic.
That will be fun to have you on. But
yeah. All right, buddy. Well, take care of yourself, and we'll talk real soon.
All right. Thanks very much. You take care, man.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, everybody. That was my interview with Matt Burns. He is an awesome guy, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. It's always a pleasure for me to meet local filmmakers, things like that, because I support indie. I support indie filmmaking, and it's just an important thing, and especially right now, showing how the whole big machine of Hollywood can kind of get shut down, but we still have indie filmmakers out there doing their thing, and doing it in a safe manner, and still promoting and things like that. And I think it's important to go out there and support that. So make sure you're out there supporting. Matt's got Remnants coming up this summer. Make sure you check it out. I will have all of these things that we talked about, the stuff to promote, on the Scene Snobs page. So until next time, it's been great. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Scene Snob. Go to thescenesnobs.com for all the links. Right now, our Pulling Focus podcast has teamed up with Winchester Book Gallery. If you go to their website and go to the Pulling Focus Filmmakers Library page, everything on that page is 15% off with promo code PFP Show. PFP Show, Pulling Focus Podcast Show. So go in, type that out, and you get 15% off. Right now we're doing screenwriting books, but we will have other books from filmmaking throughout. But okay, well, this has been the show. This is the Scene Snobs Podcast. Thanks for joining in, and you guys take care. You've been great.